Okay, we're going to talk about naming alkenes and alkynes. So alkenes are molecules that have carbon-carbon double bonds, and alkynes have carbon-carbon triple bonds. Really, the naming, the nomenclature for alkenes and alkynes is based on how we named alkanes. We're just going to use a different suffix at the end. And we have to think a little bit about how to indicate where these double and triple bonds are, how we're going to fit them into our numbering system. And so let's just write out a simple alkene here, right? Now, just like when we were naming alkanes, we're going to find the longest carbon chain. This one's easy. We've got 4 carbons, so this is some butane-based molecule. But since it has a double bond on it, we're not going to call it a butane. We're going to call it a butene. Okay. Now, is this just butene? Well, we could imagine 2 different places to put this double bond in a 4-carbon molecule. Either terminal at the end or smack dab in the middle. Those are our 2 choices. And so a good chemical name is unambiguous. It tells you exactly which of these molecules you're talking about. And so it'd be helpful if we had a numbering system that would indicate where this double bond is existing in our carbon chain. And here's the way we do it. Now, the double bond or a triple bond really encompasses 2 carbons. And so in order to number these double and triple bonds, we're going to number our carbon chain, and we actually label the double or triple bond by the first carbon that's part of the double or triple bond. So we could label or number this butane as 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to use this as 1, then 2, 3, 4, so that our double bond is earlier in the numbers, as a lower number. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, which of these numbers are we going to use to name our alkenes? We use the lower one. Okay. So this molecule is 1-butene, and it's understood that the double bond starts at the 1 and goes to the 2. Even though I don't have the 2 in there, we're just numbering based on the start of where the double bond or triple bond is. So this would be our 1-butene. This molecule would be 2-butene. Okay. Now, the rest of the nomenclature for alkenes is really the same of what you learned for alkanes. If I have a branch here, for example, I'm going to call this a 1, 2, 3 methyl dash 1-butene. If I have a molecule that has 2 alkenes in it, then I don't have an alkene, I have a diene, right? Just like we have dimethyl groups or diethyl groups, we have a diene here. So let's try to name this molecule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is like hexane, but it's not a hexane. It's more like a hexene, but we have 2 enes in there. So it's a hexadiene. And I'm going to have to tell you where the 2 enes are in my hexadiene. So we have 2 numbering choices, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. Either one of those would give our alkene the number 1. So we're going to use this one, 1, 2, 3, because that would give the next substituent, our methyl group, the number 3, which is lower than if we started over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we'll number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 1, 5 hexadiene. This double bond starts at 1, goes to 2. This one starts at 5, goes to 6. And we have a 3 methyl. Okay. Now, when you have rings, again, you have some choices about where your numbering system is going to start. Obviously, we want our alkene to be the lowest number here. This is a cyclohexane-based molecule, but it's not just cyclohexane, it's cyclohexene. And how am I going to number this? Well, I'm going to number it 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wouldn't matter. Okay, so in essence, I would call this a 1 cyclohexene. The 1 is sort of redundant here, so you don't have to even say that it's 1 cyclohexene, because wherever this double bond is, it's going to start at the 1 position. You could call this 1 cyclohexene or just cyclohexene. Okay, now with alkynes, this will be quick. We're going to use the same system. We just have a different suffix. Instead of "ene," we have an "ine." So this is not butene, this is butyne. And if there are choices about where that triple bond goes, we have to use our numbering system to indicate where it is. So this is 1 butyne.